Hey everybody, welcome to week 2 of Keeping Mentally Healthy. I hope you've all had a good week, that you're settling into new routines. Today we are going to talk about anxiety and trying to help you understand a little bit more about what it is to be anxious and to be worried, and to help us understand what's going on in our brains and our bodies when that happens, because sometimes understanding that little bit more can help us deal with it. And it can also give us some good clues on what exercises to do if we're ever feeling anxious. And then we know how to help us calm ourselves down again. Okay, so we've all been feeling a little bit more anxious over the last few months, maybe to greater or smaller extent, depending on who you are and what your circumstances are. But anxiety is something that we are all going to experience at some point in our lives. You might have already. I know I certainly have. So it might be that you're feeling those butterflies in the tummy when you've got a big match, or when you've got a test to do, or maybe you've got a performance to do, maybe you're dancing or you're acting, and those butterflies are in your tummy. And sometimes that's a really good thing, because it helps us prepare, it helps us get ready. If we've got a big test, we think, oh, I'm really worried about that. Actually, I need to really study hard. So it prompts us into action. And that's what that fear emotion does. And that's what anxiety is. It's a fear. We're going to get a bit sciencey and explain a little bit more about that. What I want you to imagine is that we're cavemen. Like you would imagine that all the time anyway. But we are cavemen. And what sort of things would you have to be scared of? Okay, so it might be saber-toothed tigers, woolly mammoths, maybe the fire getting out of hand in your cave, maybe another caveman with a big spear. But what do we do about it? Now, our body is really super clever. What it does, it is designed to help us keep us alive. So imagine those cavemen. What I want you to do right now is hold your arm up like this. Imagine this is your spinal cord, right down the back there, your spinal cord. And this part is a part of your brain called the amygdala. And this part of the brain is designed to keep you alive. It responds to emotion, and particularly fear, and it is designed to be your alarm bell. Now, the other part of the brain is the thinking part of the brain, and that does not come into play at this stage. So when you are scanning that environment, checking out, see if there's any saber-toothed tigers around, and you look around, you see a saber-toothed tiger, what will happen is this. You'll almost be like flipping your lid. The thinking brain stops and the alarm bell starts going off. There's danger. Yeah? And then this will send messages to your body that it needs to act. It stops that thinking brain doing, and this is the acting part of the brain. So it says, you need to act now. There is danger. Now, there are 3 responses that your body might have. So if you can imagine being in that cave and there's a saber-toothed tiger coming towards you, what you might do is get ready to fight it. So your body would send messages to your heart and to your arms and your legs, getting ready to fight it. Or it might say, no, you need to run away as fast as you can. So that's fight, flight, so running away. And the other part is freeze. Actually, what it wants you to do is just pretend to be dead and it might just go right by. So those are the 3 responses: fight, flight, or freeze. Okay, so we don't have many saber-toothed tigers around right now, but there are other dangers. So it might be when you're crossing a road or something like that, that your body might sense danger. And there are different reactions that you might have. I have a list here. And this is how your body reacts. So there's a hormone called adrenaline, and that's a messenger that sends a message to the rest of your body going, you need to act, do something about this, this is danger, I need to keep you alive. So let's see, what it might do is it might make you, it might make your heart start beating faster and your breathing start getting faster as well, and you might feel full of energy. So that's your body getting ready to run away as fast as it can. You might also feel angry and aggressive, and that's really your body getting ready, you're ready to fight, isn't it? But then also you might feel cold and clammy, and your mouth might go dry, your hands might go all sticky and clammy, and you might feel like you're fading away or maybe numb, and that is the freeze response. Okay, so that can still happen. Now the interesting thing is that the body will react in that way whether there is a danger or whether it maybe just thinks there's a danger, or it's maybe not sure. So in the last few months, a lot of adults and children and young people have all been quite worried because we're not sure if there is being a danger. Is it danger right outside our door? Is it just out in the world? We're really not too sure, and that's why people have been anxious, and they've all been feeling worried. Maybe their heart's been feeling a bit faster, maybe they've been a bit worried, maybe they've been biting their nails, maybe they've felt a bit clammy. So this does happen to everybody. Right, okay, so that's a little bit about how we might feel. What I want to do now is give you a bit of an exercise. Okay, so get comfortable. Now, a lot of these exercises, I want you to think back to what I said about how the body reacts. And a lot of these exercises are designed to stop that heart beating faster and fast breathing. And what it is, if you imagine that thinking brain is calming down the acting brain and reassuring it and saying, it's not a threat, it's fine. Okay, so here's what I want you to do. Sit back, shoulders round and back. Teachers, you too. And this is a useful exercise, and this forms the basis of lots of different exercises. So it's good to just have a bit of a practice, maybe while you're not feeling worried, so you get it right. But you know what? It really doesn't matter if you don't do it exactly right. It just has to have the effect of calming your breathing down and lowering your heart rate. Okay? What I want you to do now is get your hands go on your belly. And if you feel a bit like Santa, you're doing it right. So if you can go ho, 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 ho on your belly, you can't really see, can you? There you go. Hands on the belly, like that. There you go. Shoulders back. And what I want you to do is breathe in slowly. Breathe out again. And gradually your breathing will calm down. And what you can do is, as you breathe in, you feel your belly coming out a bit and going back in. And that's all I want you to concentrate on now. Breathe in and out. Shoulders round and back, and the idea is that you are calming your breathing down, your heart rate will come down, and you will feel a little bit calmer. Okay, so have a little practice of that. You might feel like a bit of an armour doing it right now, but I want you to remember it just at those times when you are feeling a little bit anxious. Maybe you can't get to sleep because you're worried about something. So just lie in bed, hands on the belly, shoulders back. Feel yourself sinking into the bed. In and out, nice and calm. That's it. And just take longer and longer so your breathing comes down. Perhaps you might count to 3, then you might count to 4, and then you might count to 5. Just keep going until your breathing and your heart rate comes down. Okay. Hope that was okay. I will see you again next week.